Good evening and welcome to United Real Therapy Army. Where are you, Therapy Army? This is like a soap opera, just like Who Do You Believe? Amber Rudd, Johnny Depp, Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba. Who do you believe? Therapy Army, lost me having you. Come on, Therapy Army. I'm flying solo tonight because we need to get into it. I'm telling ya. Wait, let me get the glasses on first. Therapy Army, we need to get into it tonight. Let's have it. Let's be having ya. Let's be having ya. Where are ya? Where are ya? Good evening, everybody. How are you? Let's be having you, people. What side are you on? What side are you on? Hey, let's begin. Welcome to United Real Therapy Army. People have been messaging me, WhatsApping me. You got to do a video. You got to do a video. And then as soon as I'm preparing that, the Amber Rudd, Johnny Depp, you know what I mean? Boom, concludes, case closed. So we're going to get into it tonight. But I'm going to tell you from the straight off, people, life, situations, more complex than what side are you on? Where's the truth? The truth always lies within, except people when it comes to the Glazers and the bankers. After there's no ifs, buts, gray area when it comes to those people because we know what they've done because the evidence is the last 10 years. But anyway, let's begin. Let us begin. Let us begin. Who should we call to the stand before us? Who do you want? Do you want Jesse Lingard or do you want Paul Pogba first? Who should face the public screwing? I can't even say it. I can't even say it. Who faces the closer look? The eyes being focused on. Who needs to get all two-pack on? All eyes on me. Is it Lingard? Should we go Lingard first and do Pogba second? Or should we go with Pogba? Should we go with Pogba, people? You decide, Therapy Army. This is between us tonight. This is between us tonight. Right. I'm going to count 5 people, right? 5 people. So if three of you say Lingard, we'll go with Lingard. If 2 of you say with Pogba, that means out of 5, Lingard, the 3 people who voted for Lingard are going to win. Okay? So let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. We got this a democracy. Big up Sim. Sim's like, none of them talk to me about Amber Rudd and Johnny Depp. That's what I'm talking about. No. Like, listen, we don't do bigger. We don't do bigger here. We don't do bigger, right? So out of 5, I think we'll go with Jesse first. We'll go and do with Jesse first, right? We'll come to Pogba. Because Jesse's not that complex. So let's go. Let's start nice and easy, eh? Let's start nice and easy. Nice and easy. All right? Let's see if we can start this nice and easy. All right? So let's go to Pogba. Let's go to Jesse, right? Jesse been here for 22 years. 22 years of his life spent in Manchester. So almost a third, let's say if people are going to live, if he's going to live till he's about in his 80s, right? Let's say about a third of his life he spent at Man United, right? We want him to live long. We wish Jesse all the best to begin with. We wish him all the luck. I sat here on this channel and on ETV on the Straight Jacket podcast and I said he made a mistake believing in the club and believing all the hype that he was going to get in the team. Only the reason why the club bought him back from West Ham was to get him to sign a contract so they can get a bigger fee for him. That's what they wanted. They wanted to sell him, but they wanted a bigger fee for him. But they didn't say that to him. So what they said to him is, you're going to go into the team. You've got a chance to get into the team. You're going to get a chance to get into the team, Jesse. But sign the contract. Sign the contract. And then leaking it to the public, leaking it to the fans that he refused to sign the contract. And then the fans go, Jesse, what's going on, you effing Jesse? Nah. Real politique, people. Real politique. That's why I'm doing the show on my own tonight. On my own tonight. Because we need to get to the crux, people. I'm going to tell you already. 4 things can be true at the same time. 5 things or more can be all true at the same time. This is just my opinions. Looking at the timeline. Looking at the timeline forensically. Together, people. Me, you, Therapy Army, we're doing it together. As a Therapy Army, we're doing it together. We're going to forensically look at it through the timeline. Jesse Lingard came through the youth, was part of that youth winning cup, that him, Pogba, Raphael Morrison, and a couple of other young talented players. Jesse then was sent from pillar to post in terms of loans. He was everywhere. He was everywhere in the championship, from here to there to Birmingham, to all of these different places on loan. Then he came back. Jesse has given us some incredibly memorable moments from the off-start. From the off-start, we wish him luck. And I am going to disclose some information to you guys. Which you might think might prejudice my view. Okay? So here, we all doing full disclosure. Full disclosure. I'm putting myself on the stand. So big up to the super chat, brother. Where's the brother there? Give the super chat. Big up, man. Gala raps. Yeah, all of the chest. All of that chest after you finish. Soon 6. Yo, big up the ass. I think he's an Arsenal fan. Listen, I'm going to invite you on. If you follow me on Twitter, follow on. Come on, big up your chest. Don't hide behind these little nice graphics. Thank you for the super chat, but don't hide behind these, little graphics. Come on, talk about Arsenal United. But thanks for the super chat anyway. Big up. Right, so Jesse, youth team. Don't let me lose my train of thought, people. Jesse, youth team, talented. They won the UEFA Youth Cup. Jesse gets sent on loan from Timbuktu to there, to everywhere. Comes back at Man United. Jesse then gets in the team. Jesse does well. Then Jesse's form dips and ups the turvy. Like most footballers, your form goes up and down. That is like life. Like everybody's like players don't lose form. So my information, which I'm going to disclose to you people, full disclosure, Gypsy. I've known Jesse when he was a kid. I played football with and against his dad 5-a-sides. His dad used to be a postman back in the day, right? My good friend who I grew up as a childhood is really tight with Jesse's dad when I was a kid as well. I was young as well, but my friend who was older than me was really good, tight with Jesse's dad. So I remember Jesse as a little kid when we're playing 5-a-side, running in there. And I was one of the youngest players in that time, but Jesse's running in there. So I remember Jesse. I know his brother Lewis. I've met his brother Lewis. I've got close friends again who are good friends with his brother Lewis. I've met him. Lewis has checked me in town and gone, yo, you're too harsh on my brother. I'm like, listen, it's just a criticism, man. I only judge players on the football pitch, and I don't make it personal. I just say Jesse wasn't good enough. That's all I say. Full disclosure, people. So I knew his dad. I remember seeing Jesse when he was a little boy, always small, always looked younger than he looked because he was small, baby face. Like me now, baby face little assassin he was, right? And he would always get in the 5-a-side pick before we all get ready and get the teams out. So this is it. His dad, Mancunian from Manchester. We know him. Used to play 5-a-side with us. If you know the pits behind the Apollo in Longside, you know what I'm talking about. That's where it was. So big up to you if you know that reference. But so Jesse gets in the team, ups and down turfy, change your managers. Here we go. Jesse then gets into the team. Absolute memories. Gives us incredible. The man, listen, let me get the Gala brother back, mate. Let me get the Gala brother back. If you are the Arsenal fan, I think you are. Jesse came and literally Millie rocked 1 minute. Actually, Pogba, Jesse, Martial, all Millie rocked you all. Millie rocked the Emirates, yeah? They just gave us, yo. Don't let me get giddy tonight. Don't let me get gassed. But that's what they did. The memories that I hold dear. Man did the Michael Jackson, you know, like, yo, Michael Jackson. Did that to your boys at the Emirates. That's what he did, mate. That's what he did. So we can talk about that. Now, a footballer's career in a club, especially in a very unstable club, especially where a club that is pure commercialism is up and down like that. Jesse then lost his place in the team. Jesse then was sent on loan to West Ham, found his form. Why? Because West Ham plays similar football that suits Jesse, where he's all about the space. So let's go look at the profile of the player. Good finish on him. Good finish on him. But before I go there, I got to celebrate. The Emirates, my highlights of Jesse is the Emirates, right? It's that period under Jose where he was Lingardinho. Remember when we were calling him Lingardinho? Yeah, Lingardinho, right? That's what we were calling him. But for me, one of the most sweetest is that he scored in both cup finals, even though I don't rate the League Cup. You know what I mean? I'm asked about League Cups, yeah? But the FA Cup volley. Oh, my God. We were down to 10 men. 10 men, people. We were down to 10 men. The ball is in the box, bouncing around. The ball comes out. Jesse, sweet volley. The defenders, the Palace keeper, they all just bang. They all just watch it. Nestle into that corner where the keeper, defenders all doing freeze. Almost Jesse's foot was like a gun to telling them, hands up, freeze. That's what it was. He turned that. And then obviously the iconic celebrations, him taking off the shirt, running to that corner of Man United fans, and then literally dropping on his body. So that's the highlights for me. But West Ham, he lost his place, goes to West Ham, and then what happens? Balls at West Ham. West Ham play low block football. Jesse, as a profile player, likes space. He likes to run. Jesse likes to make runs, right? In central, mid-central, left, right. He likes to roam inside there. He's got a decent, when he's confident at his best, Jesse's a good finisher and a good space finder. That's what Jesse is. Man United lied to him. Ollie cooks him a little dinner and says, Jesse, come on. But in the whole, because the club wanted him back for him to sign the contract so they can, if he wanted to sell him, they can sell him for a fee. Jesse weren't having that. He was like, play me first, then we'll talk about the contract. Let me get back in the team, then we'll talk about the contract. But that didn't happen. And I was sat here, told Saeed, and on this channel, on Saeed's channel, big up Saeed TV, by the way, on the Straight Jacket podcast, I gave it to you straight. Saeed was like, nah, he's got to stay, he's got to stay. And I was like, nah, he ain't got to stay, mate. We're wasting the career. Man needs to go. Man needs to go. Man needs to go. Go, go. Yo, big up Arun. Yeah, listen, that's what I'm saying to you. So if he's not good enough, why are the club holding on to him? That is what we need to. That is what we need to. That is what we need to, people, understand. What we need to understand is the facts. Is that when the club were putting him on the bench, when he goes out on loan, right, and then he bangs because West Ham play the football that suits him, right, where he is running into spaces. That is what happened. Listen, there's over 114 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Please, please. I'm not messing about tonight. I'm not messing about tonight. Trust me. I'm not here to mess about tonight. If you want a nuanced conversation about Jesse and Pogba, like they're Amber Rudd and like they're Johnny Depp, because that's how the fan base is moving. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Both academy players, right? Jesse been here. If he lives long, if he lives till his 70s and 80s, he would have spent third of his life at Man United. So let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it, right? At the end of the day, the club lied to him. Ollie promised him because they wanted him to sign a contract. Exactly the same thing with Eric Bailly. Eric wheelchair Bailly. I love him to bits. He's a character. But the man's a wheelchair. He's always broken, innit? broken. He's a character. I love characters in football. Jesse gave us great memories, but Jesse should have gone then. Then in January, there you go. Ralph, out of his own mouth, gave it to us and said he was going to go in January. Newcastle and West Ham were battling, but United wanted more money. Everybody knew he was going to be going on a free in the summer. So he wanted to go, and the club said, nah, because number 11 did what he did, so we need more legs in here. And you know what? They wasted his time because he never got on the pitch anyway. So there we go. That's Jesse. So from the bottom of my heart, I've known this when I was younger. He was a kid. From the bottom of my heart, all I say to Jesse, I hope you choose wise. I hope you look at yourself as a player, you look at your attributes, and then you go to a football club that will suit your attributes, because I don't want you to end up going to a new club and finding yourself on the bench. Go to a club, play football, and then what chips will fall where they might fall when it comes to England, right? The chips will fall where they fall when it comes to England. If you're on the bench and not playing, you're not going to get into that World Cup squad. So you got that Mark Tums to go and choose wisely. Don't go for money. Go for playing time. And a manager. Speak to the manager. Speak to the people of the club where you're going to. Find out what their plans are for you. No Jackie Norris stories. Not Man United like try to sweeten you. None of that. Use that as an experience, because you can tell if people are trying to sweeten you up or if people are telling the truth. So you went from, in your form at United, you went from the Lingardinho to get him out of this football club because this guy's rubbish. That is what we heard. That is what it was. The emotions of the fans were Lingardinho, memories, doing a Michael Jackson of the Emirates to this clown ain't good enough. And you know what? The truth lies somewhere in the middle. And let's talk about it. He has some family issues. He went through a mental health breakdown. And him going to West Ham was to get out of Manchester, just to get away from it all. He came forward. He was quite honest. But then some fans were like, hey, using the mental health card, you're not good enough, abusing him. Some of the people were racially abusing him. Let's have it tonight, people. We're not messing about. I'm telling you, this is full disclosure. We're going through this like it's forensic science. We're going through it, people. We are going through it. And what do we always say as well? Big up man like Logan. The reason why the Glazers never wanted to let him go, the bankers and the Glazers, is because they know when you have a social media friendly, a lot of the young fan base love him. Everybody loves Jesse Lingard, his celebrations, his dance. He is commercially viable, even if he's not on the pitch. As long as he's at the club are making money selling his shirts. That's a bit where people don't tell you about people. Book value and Glazonomics. That's what they wanted to do. I do think he would have forced a move because he wanted to play football. But what they do, Glazonomics, is assets, people. The club looks at him as an asset, and then he props up the share price, keeps it. And you rather keep a player that's there than go and find a player to replace him. That's how we've been run for the past decade since the Glazers have been here. Fergie was papering over the cracks. I repeat, Fergie was papering over the cracks. So Jesse wanted to go. Hence why Lewis and the family, his brother Lewis, were all frustrated. So it was racism because he was getting abuse because of his form on the pitch and all of the stuff that's going on with his mental health and stuff. He went to West Ham straight. Listen, come on now, bro, Joey. We do straight talking. That's all we do here, bro. Multiple things can be true at the same time. Multiple things. Now, Jesse getting criticized purely on the football pitch for his performance, I have no problem with that. I have never and I will never defend a player against fair, just performance performance is the word. Performance. Fans judging your performance on the football pitch. I will never go against that. But there's a thin line. No, there's a big red line. Sorry, not a thin line. Big line between criticism, fair criticism, and abuse. And there was abuse. But the mental health stuff, that's from him. That came from him in terms of his family dynamic and what was going on in his personal life. He goes to West Ham, bangs, and Man United try to bring him back with the Glazeonomics at hand. Book value as well. You want to look up book value. If you got anybody who's an accountant in your family, if you know anybody who's an accountant, ask them about book value. It's mad. The Glazers use banking instruments to sign to make sure they keep players that don't want to be there at the football club. We're not a football club, people. We are commercial banking FC. That's who we are. But anyway, so things can be true. Fans can have right to criticize Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard, when he was banging, fans had the right to praise him, to love him and call him Lingardinho. But in between there, people, it's real politics going on between the club, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jesse and his agents, and all of the different things that came in Jesse's life. But we saw him at West Ham, and I was telling everybody he has to go to West Ham because his attributes, playing style, suits West Ham because he's just not under pressure there. He's one of their best players. The more confidence you get, from playing in a team that want you and you're the main guy in that team. That is what it is. So I'm wishing Jesse Lingard all of the best for his future. And I hope, I said it and I'll say it again, Jesse, find a club where you're going to get playing time. Forget about the money. You've made enough money already. Forget about the money. The money will come to you naturally if you're performing. All of the endorsements will come to you if you're performing. Playing for England again, maybe in the England squad, will come to you if you're performing. So choose a club that it aligns with the type of player you are, your attributes as a footballer. Can they fit into that football club and the players of that football club? That's what you need to do. So that's Jesse done. That's Jesse done. Done. Big up to everybody. Big up. Everybody, big up. Listen, I need to do this tonight on my own. I need to do this on them. Now we come to Amber Road. No, joking. We come to Paul Pogba. No, we come to Johnny Depp. No, Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, people. Paul Pogba. No, Paul Pogba. Nuruddin, what are your thoughts on the Glazers in trouble? On the Glazers in... thought on Glazers in trouble. Oh, I don't know about that. Is there some breaking news that I don't know about? What are your thoughts on Glazers in trouble? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Abraham, Man United for life, please give us some. I need some more context. I need some more context in here. I need some more context there. We need some more context here. We need some more context everywhere. Big up the 20p army. Please let me know how many people have smashed a like on that video. We got 140 of you watching. How many of you have smashed the absolute like on the video? Absolute like on that video. Come on, people. Come on. Please let me know how many of you have smashed the like on the video. Please, Logan. Please, Arun. Let me know how many likes we got on the video. How many likes we got on the video? Who is she? Oh, I'm okay. Big up, Sajinda. Thank you for correcting me. I'm on the hype, mate. I'm on the hype tonight. Trust me, because I want to get into this. Amber, not Amber. Yo, leave the Tory MP alone. She's a Tory, but yeah, leave her alone. I don't know her personally, but she's a Tory. I'm just saying she's a Tory. But anyway, Amber, big up, everybody. How many likes have we got, bro? How many likes have we got? How many likes have we got in here? How many likes we got, bro? How many likes we got? Rio Ferdinand, OBE. Listen, let me tell you something now, yeah? Let me tell you something now, people, yeah? regardless whatever I do, will never in my life ever take any sort of award from the empire, the queen, and everybody. I don't know the queen personally. If people like the queen and the royal family, that's your choice. But me, no chance. I will never, and I big up for everybody who refused the knighthood or who refused the MBE or OBE. I big up all those people, man. For me, I will never take it. Hit the likes, people. Listen, I'm not gonna do Pogba. I'm not gonna go into Pogba unless you get 100 likes. Arun, you're in charge of this, bro. Let me know when you want me to go and talk about Paul LaBelle Pogba. Right? Let me know when you want me, please, Arun, right, and Joey. Let me know when we got over 100 likes. When we have over 100 likes, 105 likes, then I'll go into Pogba. So let me know then. Until then, I ain't doing it, people, because it costs you nothing. Nearly 50 of you watching, and I haven't even got 100 likes on the video. And here I am giving it to you raw. I'm giving it to you full disclosure. Full disclosure. Here I am. Nah, mate, 100, over 100. When it gets to over the 100 likes, then we go into it. Then we go into it, people. Then we go into it. Somebody's, yo, Sim is saying, did you take the 150 mil from the council? Did I take 150 mil from the council? Wow, wild. If that's for me, then I don't know who that's for. Big up Sue82. Big up Sue82, man. Big up everybody who's on there, who comes on the spaces and listens, man. Big up everybody on the spaces, man. Big up everybody on the spaces. Big up, man. Big up. Forget Pogba. He's history. Yeah, I know he's history, but we're covering the fallout because there are people who love Pogba and the people who hate Pogba. But I'm sorry to say, it's far more complex than that. And this is why we use this opportunity to break it down forensically. Forensically. Oh, but how many likes have we got there? How many likes have we got there? Big up Ranish. Big up Ranish, man. Ranish, big up, brother. Love and light, man. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think Maguire is better than Smalling? No, I don't. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. And this is Maguire at his best. I think they're both similar, but defensively, I think I've seen the best of Smalling is better than Maguire. Because he's better than Maguire. The best of Smalling is better than Maguire. Do you not remember Mike Smalling on the Van Gaal? Oh my gosh. He was incredible. Michael Smalling used to call him Van Gaal. Michael Smalling. That's what he used to call him. Right. How many likes have we got, bro? How many likes have we got on the video? Come please, Arun, let me know. How exactly Smaldini. Remember, you don't remember Smaldini. Big up Sue88. Good to see you. Feel bad for Pogba. Failed him. Let us know what Woodward era. Yeah, yo. Let me just get this. Good to see you. Feel bad for Pogba. Pogba failed him. A lot of us, Woodward era, has a lot to answer for. Yeah. We're gonna come into it. Right, there we go. 106. Now let's get into Pogba. Right? Paul Pogba, Manchester United. Let me educate the people. Man United did some weird shenanigans. Man United had to go to court and they were fined because we poached Pogba from a French club. As a young player, we bought him. We saw his talent early. Good scouting by Man United. We basically poached him, and Man United had to go to court, right? I think Algarves, that's what they're called, if I'm mistaken. I can't pronounce their name. They're a French small club. Man United nicked him from that club. We got him to Old Trafford. He was part of a fantastic youth team. Le Havre, there we go, Joey. Big up, man, Le Havre. Le Havre was the French team. Big up. Le Havre. Joey, do you know that Manchester United had to pay because we got found guilty for doing something dodgy in terms of the way we got him. Yeah. So he comes. Everybody's buzzing about him. I got friends who are working in the club and going, "Oh, there's a guy called Pogba. You know what? This French kid, man, he's wavy. He's amazing." Anyway, through the years, and then I go and watch some of the games. So that cup run, you know, the cup run where we had Raphael Morrison, we had Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba. Those three, sensational. They stood out, right? Stood out. Paul Pogba's putting top bends, bending the ball in the top corner business. Is all the YouTube highlights. You can see on YouTube now, but he was doing that. Everybody hype. Everybody hype about Pogba. Pogba is talented. Raphael Morrison, Pogba, battling, jostling, getting the team. Pogba thinks that he's ready. He thinks he's ready. He's ready for big time, big game. Then something happens. Basically, Fergie used to test all of the young players. Pogba was too eager to play. But when we had incredibly lots of injuries in midfield, Pogba felt he should have been playing. He should have been starting. There were times where we had the Silva brothers playing in midfield because we had so many injuries. And Jones, there was one game I remember against Blackburn at Old Trafford, and Paul Pogba's there. By this time, Paul Pogba then is represented by what will later become the now deceased Riola. So Pogba feels like he's ready. He wants to play. Then Pogba then signs with Riola to Fergie's disliking. Then Riola is pressuring the club for Pogba to start. Fergie doesn't like that. Fergie's like, Riola, sit down. We're going to do what we're going to do. Pogba is unsure because he's like, I want to stay. I want first team. Fergie's like, hold tight. Then what happens? Pogba then decides, nah, I'm not going to sign a new contract. New contract then gets offered to him. Fergie gets Gary Neville, gets Rio Ferdinand to go and meet with Pogba, to go and speak to him. Because Fergie by that time has fallen out with Riola. He's tried to persuade. I was there, people. That's what I'm trying to give you the full context. Because it's too easy to go, well, Pogba is this, Pogba is shit, Pogba is amazing. It's true. We're going through this forensically, people. Look at the timeline. I'm giving it to you in the timeline. The fallout between Riola, Fergie. Fergie still rates Pogba, thinks Pogba has plans for Pogba. But he's telling him, I'm not going to play you. Sign the contract. If you want first team, sign the contract. Pogba then listened to Riola, other than listening to Rio Ferdinand, listening to the other players and Fergie. So they bounce on a free to Juve. Shockwaves. What? Man United let Paul Pogba go on a free to Italy. Juventus were like, what? The first ever training sessions at Juventus training ground. They're like, what? United let you go, not understanding the fallout between Riola and Fergie. And that Pogba was like, I ain't signing any contract. Play me first. Then I'll sign the contract. And Fergie was like, listen, son, sign the deal, then you will be played. And Pogba should have then thought that happened to other young players before who were talented. They signed the deal, you listen to Fergie, and then you roll. So the problem started then. But none of the FIFA generation have that knowledge. None of them know. They don't know. They don't. So tonight, that's why I'm doing the show by myself. Because I don't want any other points of view. I know the timeline. I was alive. I knew what was happening. I wasn't new in all of the details, but I knew you can find the evidence. Just Google. You don't have to believe anything I say, people. Google it. Research it yourself. Yeah? Rio Ferdinand begging him to try to persuade Paul Pogba. That's why I have to do this. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to do it properly. That's no point doing it. Oh, because some of the fans hate him, some of them love him. It was all Paul Pogba's fault. It was all the club's fault. People just hate. No, it's complex. complex, just like anything else. The only thing that's not complex, people, the only thing that's not complex is glazers out, bankers out. On this channel, that ain't complex. That's black and white, people. There are no gray areas when it comes to that. Because those vultures have absolutely destroyed our football club and turned us into a laughing joke. So they need to go. But anyway else, they get back. He goes to Juve. Bang, bangs. Let me tell you, profile player Paul Pogba, a midfield player, but with more attacking emphasis, dribbling, strength, attributes. He's got it. The skills, the pass, the no look, the shot. He's got it. He's not your typical midfielder like Scholes or like Roy Keane or like Paul Ince. They could attack, but they don't have the attributes and the skills that he has. Big up, say Miyasi. Big up, say Miyasi, man. Say Miyasi. Listen, Jesse, you missed it before about Jesse. Just hold this one, son. Hold this one. Jesse, break dancing. And then Jesse, Millie Rock, Pogba Millie Rock, Jesse Millie Rock, Martial Millie Rock. Your club got absolutely, you know what? The Emirates became Man United players' favorite dance floor. Remember that? Dance floor. Where the man got jiggy. Man were like, hey, we ain't playing a game, man. We're going to Miller up that place. We're going to hijack some 5 that place, mate. We're going to pum pum pa-da-dum pum, pa-da-dum pum, pa-da-dum pum. Woo! What have you got to say, Massey? Are you going to come on and answer that? You were there. You saw it. You are old enough. You saw Jesse Lingard turn that place into a dance floor. So, hold tight. Paul Pogba, attributes. Skillful, powerful, dribbling, skills, no look backs, goals. Got that profile player. At Juventus have a set team. A set, well-structured team. Their back four, solid. Midfield, solid. Attack-wise, solid. Pogba gets in the team just to add that little bit of saute. Just to, you know that there? Just to Mr. Saute there. That's what Paul Pogba did in that Juventus team. He just added that bit of, you know what? Bit of Shanekwe Kwa. I can't even say the word. But you know what I'm talking about, people. Pogba then got in the team in more of attacking. Let me explain to people. The back four of Juve, solid. Pirlo, playmaker, deep lining playmaker. Next to him, Marquisio. Education tonight, people. Education tonight. Marquisio. Vidal. Pogba comes on some games. He's more up the pitch. Go on, showcase these skills, son. Go on, showcase these skills. Show them what you can do, lad. Show them. Team, mature players, full of structure, winners. Paul Pogba leaves Man United as a youth player, goes to Juventus in a team that is full of winners. Team, coached by Conte. The longest time Conte spent in anywhere. I don't know if Conte, somebody check for me. When Pogba first one day, was Conte manager or somebody else manager? But anyway, he goes to a solid team. Paul Pogba is told, you do your bit of the pitch, lads. Do your bits of the pitch. Go on, son. Express that shit. Finesse them. Bang the goals. Do the skills. Take people on all day. Don't worry if you lose it. Because you know what? We got Marquisio. Marquisio. We got Davids in different times. Those two hunt the ball down. The rest of the team, the defense is solid anyway. We'll win the ball back. We'll win the ball back. You do it, son. Up the pitch. Pogba does what he does. How many years? Wins 4 league titles. Goes into Champions League final. All this time, Fergie's left Man United. David Gill leaves with Alex Ferguson. They both leave because they could see the Glazers were giving the power to the bankers. Like Ed Woodward was coming in. Ed Woodward was getting a bit more control. Why do you think David Gill left, people? Ain't nobody gonna tell you, are they? Fergie was reasonable. He was in his 70s. He could retire. He's not getting any younger. But why do you think David Gill left, eh? Because Woodward, the Glazers were positioning Woodward already. Their boy, the guy who helped them to take over the football club. We're gonna do this properly, Therapy Army. I'm not messing about tonight. I'm not. We're gonna do it properly. This ain't a simple Pogba shit, Pogba's the world class. This ain't that simple. You tuned into the wrong channel if you're looking for that. I have to do this video because I want to walk the fan base forensically. Cheers. Let me just take a sip. Cheers. Big up to every one of you, by the way. Every one of you tuning in. Please smash a like on the video. Smash the like on the video. By that time, we've had David Moyes, failure. We have Louis van Gaal, who got rid of Van Persie, Chicharito, got rid of a lot of older players, Welbeck, brought in a lot of youngsters. A lot of the youngsters. Man United, Ed Woodward, getting a grip of the football club, looking at around and going, even though I know nothing about football, I think I'm not Ed Woodward. Looking in the mirror. Woodward looks in the mirror and goes, I'm not Ed Woodward. Tonight, I am Florentino Perez. And I would like to have some Galactico footballers at my football club. I want somebody who's quite good with the commercial aspects, who can bring more eyes to the football club. Now, Paul Pogba was an attacking midfield player, played sometimes in a 3 off the left, attacking. Paul Pogba then is one of Adidas. Let's get this right, people, because I ain't messing about tonight. Let's get this right. Let's get this right, people. I'm not here to mess about. Paul Pogba was an Adidas guy. Man United are making moves. Manchester United get 10-year deal with German sportswear Adidas. Pogba is what? One of the Adidas people. Woodward thinks he's clever, innit? See, you ain't going to get this in any other channel. Trust me. You're not going to get this deep dive any other channel. You ain't getting it. You might get it with me and Said on the Straight Jacket podcast, but you ain't getting this insight, people. Don't disrespect the Therapy Army, because the Therapy Army, the standards are high. We need forensic. Here. We need forensic explanation, analysis. That's what we're doing. Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody. Love and light, people. So Woodward looks around and it's like, oh, but before that, Paul Pogba has always felt like there's some unfinished business at Man United. Here's a young man here. He feels like there's some unfinished business at Man United. Unfinished business at Man United. He told his mum, his mum told him when he was leaving, because he was like, oh, should I go? Should I stay? And she said, don't worry, son. You will be back when time's right. This is the quote from Paul Pogba's mouth. It could be PR or it could be the truth. It's up to you how you want to take it. It could be the truth. It could be PR. It depends on you. Paul Pogba then comes back. Paul Pogba then is sold a dream. Jose Mourinho, we sacked Van Gaal on the FA Cup Eve when he's got the trophy there next to him like that. We sack him and he finds out that he's been sacked from journalism. Journalist. That's how Woodward is moving. Woodward now thinks he's Florentino Perez at Real Madrid. He thinks sacking people, disgracing the football club. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Jose said yes. So the new deal was, because Pep has came to Manchester, they wanted to run it again. Real Madrid and Barca. Barcelona, Pep Guardiola, Real Madrid, Jose. They wanted that. The whole of the world football watching like that, watching. Everybody. Anyway, all eyes on Manchester. All eyes. We signed Pogba, Zlatan, Mkhitaryan. I think was it Eric Bailly? I think it was Eric Bailly. If I'm mistaken, please help me. Help me. Because we need to do this forensically. Everybody sold the dream. Jose by then, every club he's been to, he's won a league title. Yeah, he bought all these big players and he said yes to the Pogba signing. He said yes to the Pogba signing. That's what he said. Listen, I'm going to come to this in a minute. Hold tight, Michael James. I'll tell you about the new DOF, Deputy DOF. I'll tell you in a minute. But so this is it. So then this bought in, we're going for league titles. We are going for league titles, people. But that was sold a lie. That was a lie. No proper football team was constructed. Jose Mourinho was backed, qualified, won the Europa, then pulled back. Woodward doing the madness that he was doing all of the time. Even when you know Paul Pogba does not suit somebody like Jose Mourinho football. I say this. Watch every club where Jose has failed. Watch every club where Jose has failed. He falls out with the attackers first. Always falls out with the attackers first. Big up Joey B. Big up Joey B. Sorry, Joey at Man UFC. Big up Joey Man UFC 95. There we go. My timeline's correct. Zlatan, Baye, Mkhitaryan and Pogba. We then are supposed to go for a league title. All of the other aspects of the team are not there. We fail. But we win 2 trophies. The topsy-turvy relationship between Pogba and Jose, firstly was love. If it was together, everybody was tight together. Everybody was fighting for the same cause. Pogba was listening to Jose. Pogba and Jose had a good relationship. When shit got sticky and there was failures because of the football club, both Jose and Pogba, the tensions were there. Some of it was engineered by Jose because Jose picks fights every football club where he's been. It's not me saying it. Google, it's at your fingertips. Google, it's at your fingertips. Don't believe anything I say. Look, research it yourself. I'm happy to be corrected on the record. Happy to be corrected on the record. And I will apologize. Go and research it by yourself. Then it's topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy. There is one day, the media, the press are in a training ground. Anyway, no, before that, I want to take your minds back to Arsenal game where Jesse's doing a Miller Rock and everything else. I think it might have been that game or another game. No. It was a different game where Pogba gets sent off. We played Arsenal and Pogba got sent off. I want you to go back to that game and you will see photos of Pogba and Jose like this talking. Jose calls Pogba to the sideline talking to him. There's an issue about the tactics. There is an issue about the tactics. Paul Pogba's like, listen, when we go 1-0 up, why do we sit back at times? Why don't we go for more goals? Jose's telling him, I'm the manager. Let's do what I say. Paul Pogba then is is fighting. We're getting attacked. We're on the back foot. We're sitting back, just low blocking against Arsenal. And we're not attacking. And Jose's telling the midfield to get in position, get back. Because that's all Jose knows. Jose knows low block FC, I'm sorry to say. He needs to have exceptional, incredible forwards like he had at Real Madrid for them to work it out to attack. But he expects everybody to defend. Paul Pogba's getting frustrated. Build up frustration out of this. Then there's a bit of tension. Jose then engineers the day on the media day at Carrington. Paul Pogba is then coming to shake hands with everybody. He shakes hands with all of the coaches. He goes to shake hands with Jose. Jose then starts shouting at him and telling him off. Jose then accuses Paul Pogba of, because we had a League Cup the night before, I think it was. Paul Pogba was in the stands. Paul Pogba being on Instagram while the game was going on. That's what he gets accused of. That is what he gets accused of. Paul Pogba gets accused of that fact that he was in the stands the night before the training day, tweeting or whatever on Instagram in the stand. As all of you know, the absolute, like when the stadium's rammed, the internet in the stadium is horrific. You ain't getting no Wi-Fi at Old Trafford. Guys, there's over 200 of you watching. Please, I'm taking the time out on my time to break this down for you, because it's not as Pogba shit. It's not as that easy. Or Pogba is the greatest player. It's not that easy. Please smash a like on the video. That's all you can do for me. Smash a like on the video. That's all you can do for me. I will do a video, I promise you, tomorrow about the new director of football. But I just want to finish with this. I want to come to the end of this saga. Paul Pogba, Jose, get into it. Anyway, you know what the media are like. Media love it. They love a bit of drama, especially when they've got almost 1 billion people in the world to clickbait. Jose, Pogba, Pogba, Jose, Pogba, Jose, Jose, Pogba. Whose side are you on? Amber, Johnny Depp. That's what it is. That's what it is. Man United become a clown show. Pogba, Jose. While Jose is also battling the Ed Woodward. Jose, when he first came in, like the Glazers, good owners, he said. They said, they're good owners. I was like, are you sure, Jose? I was like, we'll see. We will see. We will see how this is going to finish. And he was like, oh, yeah, I get on with Ed Woodward. He's giving me everything. I was like this at that time, people. Jose, we'll see how long that lasts. Because I knew what was coming. I'm not a maths genius. I'm not a genius. I'm just an average guy in South Central Manchester. But I knew what was coming. I knew Jose was going to go, what? I can't sign who? Who? I can't sign that player. Whoa. He said, go and get me Perisic because you signed Lukaku. Then the Glazers and the bankers said, nah, 5 million, that's too much. They were like, we're not willing to pay 5 extra million for him because Inter wanted 5 extra million for him. Jose is getting frustrated. The players are getting frustrated with the tactics. This is all unraveling. There's no wrong or right. Everybody has a different point of view. Everybody feels the same way. But anyway, then Jose then says, I need some control in this club. I want to sell Pogba and Martial. The club go, what? Martial, one of the most popular. Pogba, one of the most commercially viable. Paul Pogba was signed for 90 million. You know how much money? How much money Riola got? I just want to explain to you. Paul Pogba, Paul Pogba was bought for 90 million. How much? Have a guess how much money Riola got. Riola got 40 million. I repeat for the people that are hard of hearing, from the back, at the back. Riola got 40 million out of that deal. Disgusting. Disgusting. At the end of the day, Paul Pogba should have been worth 40 million, 50 million. But because Man United push and Riola said, I can deliver him. He's the Adidas guy. You are just signing a deal with Adidas. I can get that guy for you. Adidas link up. And who did we get on the video? One like, where's my backup dancers? Backup dancer, backup dancer. Telling the man, shut up. Big up Stormzy. The fan base got gassed. The fan base got gassed. We got gassed. Not knowing that Jose Mourinho was the worst manager for a player who's very much attacking, like giving a free roll to attack up the pitch. But to be fair to Pogba, he humbled himself for a year and a half, listened to Jose, did what Jose wanted in that defensive low block football, that disgusting football, disgusting football, people. Disgusting football. Anyway, Paul Pogba was signed because he's likable. He's got this charisma. He's got this thing that people like about him. Social media guy, Adidas, Pepsi. After Ronaldo and Messi, who else was in the adverts on social media a lot? Paul Pogba. That's why they loved him. The Glazers went cha-ching, ching, ching. Woodward was like cha-ching, ching, ching. It's far more complex than just saying Pogba's shit, Jose is right, Pogba's wrong, Jose is right, Pogba's wrong, Pogba's right, Jose's wrong. At the end of the day, Manchester United, players like Pogba are a huge asset because we're a commercial football club, because of his sellable factor. He can bring so much commercialism into the football club. They sacked Jose, and Jose, first of all, I want to go back to this. Jose, after we got smashed by Sevilla, sat there and said, football heritage, Sevilla. If that fucking football club had any fucking heart, any soul, Jose would have been, come here, you prick, fuck off out of the fucking football club. I'm sorry for swearing if some of you youngsters are watching, but this is how angry I feel still. Jose Mourinho played football that is crimes against football, against Sevilla, and then told the fan base and our club about Sevilla's football heritage. Who the fuck are Sevilla? When it's Man United. You're the manager of my team, not fucking Sevilla. Don't tell me about Sevilla. If our team had if there was any soul, any heart in that football club, Jose Mourinho, if I was the CEO, if I was the owner of that football club, I would have walked into that press conference and said, shut the F up. Here's your P45. Now get gone out of this football club. But they didn't. They let it, like always they do, the Glazers and the bankers. They let it roll on. They let it foster. And then he wanted to sell Pogba and he wanted to sell Pogba and Martial. And guess who he wanted? One of the players for 100% sure he wanted was Will I Am. I'll say that again. Will I Am from Chelsea. And we all know how Will I Am left Chelsea, went to Arsenal, and how we done. So the club said, and then no, one more thing I need to forget. Because people think it's still to this day, it was Pogba and Martial that got Jose fired. Nah, mate. I'm going to tell you, when Jose was under the most pressure in this football club, who was the players that were bailing them out? I was at the Newcastle game. Newcastle go 2-0 up. It's Pogba and Martial are banging in goals to get us back to 3-2 and we win the game. It's Martial who's scoring goals, even though he's been benched. And Jose is playing dead Sanchez. Absolute dead Sanchez, who we were paying 400 grand a week because Jose wanted him. Who was a dead waste man. Who, when he first come to the club, looked at the club and said, shit, this is on his own words. Shit, damn, I want to change my mind. He told his agent, please, I've changed my mind. This is not a football club. Because he found out We're not a football club. We're a fucking bank. We are a commercial club. So we ain't gonna do this any other way, people. If you're gonna tell the fucking story, we're gonna tell it properly. We're gonna tell it properly. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So Jose in the preseason was like, I need players, I need players. I need players, I need players. Youth team goes there, and Jose then disrespects and this is the youth players. They're not players, he says. They're not players. These are kids. Jose's having this war. But before that, let me take it back. Somebody correct me and let me take it back. Jose had a couple of years left of his contract. He wanted a new contract because he knew he could play Woodward. He knew nobody at this football club knew anything about football. Anything about effing football. Woodward was making it up as he went along. The Glazers didn't give a damn. Woodward was making it up as he fucking went along. And so Jose said, let me educate you people. Jose goes, oh, all this news comes out. Jose might be going to Paris Saint-Germain. Jose, as unnamed sources say, Jose's son likes to go catch the Euro channel and goes to Paris. Why does he like to go to Paris? This is Jose's son. Because he likes the football Paris play. He likes Paris as a city. And what happens then? Fucking Woodward, that absolute clown, panics. What do? They give Jose a new contract. So we're going to do this, people. We're going to do this. We're going to do this, people. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do it. We're going to do it properly. This ain't just, oh, Pogba got, Jose the sack, Martial got, no. Bigger game being played, people. Bigger game being played. I don't know who's got, listen, smash a like, people. There's over 209 of you in here. Smash up bloody like. I'm telling you, people, I'm walking you through it. The timeline, forensic analysis. You ain't gonna get this in any other channel, people. When we're gonna tell a story, we tell the full story. Not just parts of the story that suits the agenda. No, we're telling the full story. Jose then gets a new contract. Jose then doesn't get the new players. They go, listen, we give you the contract anyway. And the Glazonomics comes in. We're like, nah, we're not buying you a new players. You got a good players as it is. Go ahead, run it. Jose gets more frustrated, more angry, more frustrated. Then he throws a lot of the youth team under the bus. Then other than sacking him, they still let it foster. They let it foster and foster. And the more toxic it gets, Jose, all this time, there is I'm telling you guys here, there is a video of me on the United stand where I'm talking about Jose. Jose's football was crimes against football. Crimes against football. Crimes against Manchester United heritage. That's what it was. Heritage. That's what it was, people. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was, right? And I'm saying the guy lives in the hotel, but then the guy's bullying the club to get a new contract. All that new contract was, people, so the payout, cha-ching, ching, ching for Jose. Cha-ching, ching, ching for Jose. That's all that was. But Woodward is an absolute mung, an imbecile, absolute muppet. He's getting played. He doesn't know what's happening. He thinks he's telling everybody, we can do things in the transfer that nobody else can do. We can do things in the transfer that nobody else can do. That's what he's telling people. His cronies in the media. That's what he's telling people. So, I'm going to fasten this now quickly. We've been going for almost an hour. We're going to fasten this quickly. So, Jose gets sacked. The media make it out. Oh, well, Jose wanted to sell Pogba and Martial. The club wanted to keep Martial and Pogba. They were always going to keep Pogba. The club was always going to keep Pogba. Always. They were always going to keep him. They were never going to let Martial go, the youngster, and go and get a guy who's had his best years behind him, William. They were never going to do that. For a manager that is disrespecting the football club. Anyway, it might be one of the reasons why, but it's not the only reason why. Jose engineered to get sacked. That's what he does. That's what he does. That is what Jose does everywhere he goes. I'm going to tell you a fact about Jose that most of you are not even aware of. Let me speak on this. Jose Mourinho in modern football is the only manager that has had the most paid out from big clubs. Real Madrid, big payout. Chelsea, twice, big payout. Porto, no payout. Inter Milan, no payout. Man United, the biggest payout. Over 20-odd million, and he was living in an effing hotel. I said that on a fan cam. Next day, the Daily Mirror prints up a paper and says, fans are saying Jose's living in a hotel. This was then when fan channels were quite big, and all of even the journalists were watching some of the fan cams to get stories. I say he's living in a hotel. And his football is crimes against Manchester United heritage. Anyway, Jose gets sacked. Everybody, then Pogba puts a post, puts a post on. Anyway, then Ollie comes in. Ollie then, everybody's love. Man United go bang, bang, bang. Pogba scoring goals, bangers, da-da-da, bang, bang, boom. Pogba then gets injured. McTominay then gets injured, then we buy Bruno. Then what happens? There's a split in the fan base because Bruno is their new favorite toy now, yeah? So then you got Bruno FC and Pogba FC. All of this goes on. But all of the time, Pogba, the Man United fan base, are thinking Paul Pogba is a Roy Keane, it's a Brian Robson, it's a Steven Gerrard, it's a Paul Ince. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's an attacking player who, when you've got all of the rest of your team sorted, he is a guy that can give you that bit of something different in attacking positions. But we then all make him out to be a player that he's not. That is not on Pogba, that's on us. The pundits all do the same. Riola is there in the background. Pogba then says, I want to leave. Now, again, people, when Pogba said, I want to leave, if this football club had any effing heart or soul about it, right? In this football club, we grab Pogba and go, Paul, you want to go? There you go. Out that effing door. Bye-bye. But remember, we're not a football club. We are Commercial Revenue FC. That's who we are. So then they go, no, you're not going. Riola starts talking because people like the pundits like Paul Scholes and that are picking out Paul Pogba. The fan base, half of the fan base are like, it's all on Pogba, why we're shit? Because you know why? Our fan base, they love them Amber or a Johnny Depp. They love them a savior. They love them somebody to victimize. They love a savior. They love somebody to victimize, somebody to blame. That's the fan base. That's the fan base. Because we can't do anything about what the bankers are doing, what the Glazers are doing to our club. So what happens? Toxicity is rife within the football club, within the fan base, because we're not winning. We're not winning the big trophies. Everybody's frustrated. What we're doing, we love ourselves a savior. We also love ourselves a victim. We love to victimize and blame one individual. One guy can save us. One guy's to blame. Nah, I reject that. Even though sometimes I'm not making myself better than any other United fan. Even I get caught up in it. Because we are football fans, we are emotional, we are reactionary. If we're not emotional or reactionary, you're watching the wrong sport. Get the hell out. Go and watch golf. Go and watch something else. Go and watch bowling. Football is emotional. we are reactionary. So I'm including me in that fan base. I am not better than any of you. All of us are in this. All of us. All of us. But this is where things change for me. Even though I was blaming Jose for crimes against football that he was playing Man United, I was also seeing what the bankers and the Glazers were doing. I was watching. I was doing my research. I was doing my research at that time. That's what I was doing, people. And I would talk about the football structure when I was given a chance on the fan channels. I was doing that. I was doing it on the fan cams. Facts. So I'm no better than you or anybody else. I'm not. But I remember the timeline. And I'm walking you through this forensically. You don't tell a story if you don't tell the full story. So, some of the fan base are blaming Pogba because the player profile, how they got giddy and excited didn't fit the reality. Didn't fit the reality. At this time, Pogba wants to go. Rayola's coming out. Paul Scholes and all of the ex-legends are all pinning it on Pogba. They all pick because he's the most skillful, most talented. Yes, he's the most talented, the most skillful. But you can't pin the whole team. It's 10 of the players on that pitch. You can't just pin it on him. And he's not a Steven Gerrard. He's not. He's not a Roy Keane. He's not a Brian Robson. He's not a Paul Ince. He's the wrong profile player. He is. You need all those players I mentioned in that team. In that team, you need a solid defense and then Pogba to be the bit up the pitch, works the magic, like he did at Juventus. Or you are like a French team who put the discipline on him, who have got a team that's defensively sound, that is coached well, that has got a plan, and Pogba is one of the key players. They win a World Cup. But Man United, we're not. We're changing managers. We're topsy-turvy. We are a banker that's in control. We are commercial revenue fucking FC. We're not a football club. So this is the timeline, people. Paul Pogba wants to leave. Zidane is at Real Madrid. Pogba wants to go and play for Zidane. Zidane wants Paul Pogba. The club said, nah, mate, you got a contract. You ain't going nowhere. If they had any heart and soul, they would have let him go. And that, to me, was the day I liked Pogba, because I watched him when he was in the youth team. I loved him as a player. I love Raphael Morrison. I love Jesse Lingard, because I watched them win the Youth Cup, people. I watched them win the Youth Cup. I wanted them all to be in the team. I was quite excited. I was heartbroken when Paul Pogba was doing bits in Italy. But then I realized what kind of a player he was. He was never going to be a Roy Keane or a Paul Ince or Brian Robson. He's not that profile. The team has to be sorted for Paul Pogba to flourish. He's not the one that's going to demand everybody to do this. He's not that guy. At club level, international football is different. Different kettle of fish. Different dynamics. Different players. Different manager. Different setup. Man United are a joke of a football club at this time. Paul Pogba saying he wants to go. Woodward's like, listen, I've signed 10-year deal with Adidas. You're one of Adidas's highest profile guys. You ain't going nowhere. You bring me money, mate. You just, whatever. There you go. Ollie comes in. Ollie gets the best out of him. He gets injured. And then Pogba then comes back. And then Ollie's trying to find his way in the team. Then Riola's still talking. Paul Pogba's brother is talking on Real Madrid TV. There's a circus. There's a circus. Will he? Won't he? Will he? Won't he? And all of that is adding to this pot that is a toxic Manchester United. Then there is the Islamophobes in the media. Then there is the racist journalists in the media. Now, I am not taking any responsibility from Paul Pogba, from his agent and his brother, because Paul Pogba knows better. Paul Pogba is to blame for the chit-chat his agent is talking and his brother's talking. But Paul Pogba wanted to leave people. He wanted to leave, but he still wanted to be the professional. He still didn't want to force the move out. He turned up for training. He turned up for pre-season. He was well liked in the dressing room. He was still kind of, because he still loves Man United. Remember, he's torn in his psyche. 2 things, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things can all be true at the same time. Come on, people. We're all adults here. We're all adults here. Let me take a sip of this tea. Please, let me tell you, he wants to leave. Second time he goes, I want to leave. The club still don't let him go. Riola starts talking. His brother's talking. I blame that solely on who? Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba. Tell your brother, tell your effing agent, shut the hell up. But no, because we're not a football club. So we don't do that, do we? We let the agent run his mouth. We get disrespected like that. Because who are we? Who are we? Commercial Revenue FC. That's who we are. Who are we? Who are we? We are Commercial Revenue FC. We're not a football club with a heartbeat or the soul. We're not that football club. We're not. Because Paul Pogba, the first time he said he wants to go, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. We'll take you. Where do you want to go? We'll private jet you there now. But no, because they signed a deal with Adidas. He's one of the biggest names in Adidas. Yes, you heard me. He's kept at the football club. Some of the fan base, some in the media, racist, Islamophobes, Stephen Bauer. Yes, I'm calling you, you absolute muppet, absolute Islamophobe, Stephen Bauer. Tell you who he is. He is a commentator, work for Man United channel, MUTV, work now at the BBC. He's a freelance commentator now, but he works, one of his main jobs is Premier League TV. He, on one of the nights, Paul Pogba's injured. Paul Pogba is in the back of a car. He's watching a video in the back of a car of Mecca and the recitement of the Quran. Stephen Bauer, Man United get beat on the same night. Paul Pogba posts this video of him in religious wear and is doing a reference, having a religious moment where he's praying to God and he's listening to the Quran in a car. Ryan Giggs is in the studio with Stephen Bauer on Premier League TV. Stephen Bauer then doorsteps, shows the video in Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs, look at this. Biggest player of a Man United behaving like this. Ryan Giggs is like, oh, this guy's a disgrace. Islamophobia. Ridiculous. Paul Pogba's injured. Paul Pogba is not, he did not cause the fault. He's not the fault of Man United losing. But there you go, you run your Islamophobia. Then you got people like Souness running their racist agenda. Then you've got racist fan base in our own fan base. Every football club in this country, every football club in this country has racist segment in it. Racist segment in it. Paul Pogba was an easy target. Media constantly printing stories, constantly printing lies about him. How he is the toxic, how he is the troublemaker, how he's this, how he's that. Why is that? Why is that, people? Because xenophobia, Islamophobia, racism. Triple bang. 1, he's French. He's not from this country. 2, he's a Muslim. Muslims are all wrong-uns, aren't we? Certain sections of media, Muslims are all wrong-uns. 3, black men are always up to no good in this society, aren't they? They're always guilty. They're always guilty in the public eye without having any evidence. They're always guilty. The only thing Paul Pogba was guilty of is his agent running his mouth and his brother running his mouth. But Pogba was honest. He wasn't lying to anybody. He says he wants to go. He wants to go, he said. He wants to go. He wants to go. But anyway, so some of our fan base who are already got hatred, Muslim, French, black, We're not winning. They're frustrated. Somebody's racism is not in their front of their mind. They don't think they're being racist, but it's in the back of their mind. Because Man United are a toxic club by this time. We're very toxic. We're very toxic. Like I said, Paul Pogba could have shot his brother up. Paul Pogba's performance on the pitch at times could have been more consistent. But he's not Roy Keane. He's not Paul Ince. He's a different type of player profile. Your expectations are nothing to do with him. But could he have performed? Who's the most consistent in the last decade? David De Gea for about a couple of years. Then he form dips. Paul Pogba at times played well. Was he consistent enough? No, he wasn't. Do we blame him for his brother talking? Yes, we do. Do we blame his agent running his mouth? Yes, we do. Especially on the eve of big games, like the game against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. At the end of the day, people, commercial, no heart, no soul, sold our souls to the devil. Bankers FC, Glazonomics, determined Paul Pogba stayed and sought out his contract. Don't let anybody tell you anything otherwise. Now, those who love Pogba, talented, skillful, has it all. Those who hate Pogba, things can be true. Everything is in the middle. Everything is in the middle as I broke it down. Everything is in the middle. And tonight, the Athletic, which a lot of people trust, lots of people trust the Athletic. So many people trust the Athletic. So many people. They love the Athletic, yeah? Tonight, Laurie Whitwell of the Athletic, yeah? I think they're just who they are. They're just who they are, yeah? But so many people who trust the Athletic is telling you tonight that Paul Pogba was never a troublemaker. Even this season, Paul Pogba is trying to bring Ronaldo, the split between the dressing room together. That's what he's doing. That is what he's doing. That is what he's doing. So people, 4 things can be true at the same time. 5 things can be true at the same time. Remember that, people. Remember that. Laurie Whitwell, Pogba lobbied Ronaldo to be more constructive with the feedback for the younger players. After 2-0 win versus Brighton, Pogba gave encouragement to Maguire, whose final touch was to clear the ball. We have to believe in ourselves. You are an 80 million player for the reason. This is all of it. All of this is like PR kind of stuff. Some of it could be PR, some of it could be true. But at the heart of it, Paul Pogba was not as toxic in the dressing room. That was a lie. That was a lie that was concocted by the British media, by ex-players, because he served the Berbers. Certain section of the fan base bought that, racially abused him, because he's Muslim. He is French. He is xenophobia, Islamophobia, racism. Can Paul Pogba could have been consistent as a player? Yes. Can Paul Pogba could have stopped his brother and his agent running the mouth? Yes. Can Paul Pogba done more for United in his career in the United shirt? Yes. See? 6 things. All of that. Truth in all of that. Go and research it yourself if you don't believe me. Don't take my word. Don't. He wasn't the virus. He was never the virus. Never. There is 0 evidence. You know how I know? Gary Neville used to run his mouth and go, yeah, he's the problem. He's the problem. And then Gary found out. Gary then asked questions and found out. And people at the football club who were working with Gary Neville told Gary Neville, Gary, you got a wrong end of the stick, lad. Paul Pogba ain't the virus here. He's not. He's popular within the dressing room. But by them people, it was too late. It was a wrap. Because at the end of every failing season, there you go. People are in the Stratford end. You know who the fuck you are. Come running down to abuse him. Running down to abuse him. Running down to abuse him. Not to criticize him. Not to criticize him. Criticism. totally different from abuse. Criticism is here. Abuse is over there. Massive difference. Every footballer in this planet who puts on a shirt, every fan of that club, that footballer is representing, has the right to criticize the performance. Has the right, the given right to criticize the performance. To boo the player if they want to. Abusing him. I'm going to take you, my last word I'm going to leave you with, people, because this has gone far too long than I wished. But we're not going to tell small section of the story to suit certain agendas. We're going to tell the full story. If we're going to tell it, we're going to tell it properly. Certain sections of the media always go after players from big international teams. French, Argentinian, Brazilians. They go after them. Why? To dampen the confidence of those players. So when England come up against them, now somebody will say, that's a reach, Northern, that's a reach. I've seen it. I've seen it for far too long. They would go after that player, diminish that player's confidence, and then hope that England, when they come up against that team, they'll run mad stories on him, and then that player will go into his own shell, and then he won't perform against England. But you know what? Paul Pogba was getting all this abuse from the British media. France played England onto the horrific terrorism attack that happened in Paris. Paul Pogba ran the show for France, was absolutely doing the 360 business at Wembley, ripping England to shreds just to silence those people who were hating on him. So, that's it, people. That's it, people. At the end of the day, I needed to do this show tonight by myself because everybody's got their own opinion. All I have done is walk you through the timeline. That's all I've done. That is all I have done, is walk you through the timeline. Please, I beg you, do not believe on anything I said. Go and do the research yourself. I am accountable to you, Therapy Army. I am here to be corrected on the record. To be corrected on the record. Now, in the case of Stephen Bauer, I have seen him leave Old Trafford before, after he's done the commentary. I promise myself I will step to him and tell him his xenophobic, racist, Islamophobic ass why he is to blame for some of the racist abuse that Paul Pogba got. Because scapegoating him. Like I said to you people, Manchester United Football Club in the last 10 years, we love a savior. That's me included. We love somebody to blame. We also love somebody to save us. But the media, there are sections of this British media that are xenophobic, racist, and Islamophobic. Ain't nobody gonna tell me any different. Facts! I ain't messing tonight, people. I'm not messing about. That's why I've let the show run on for an hour and 28 minutes. I wasn't gonna speak on this. I avoided it other than being in the spaces today, talking about it a little bit here in the spaces today. I avoided it. But guess what, people? I'm not avoiding it. People text me and said, Nuruddin, tell the story. And I said, if I'm going to tell it, I want to tell it my way. I'm going to tell it my way. And I'm not going to come on here for likes and clicks just to go, oh, Pogba was a great player. It was all the club's fault. No, far more complex than that. All it was Paul Pogba's fault. Far more complex than that. Far more complex than that. Now, I call the League Cup a Mickey Mouse Cup. I call the Europa League a Mickey Mouse Trophy. Why? Because I judge it to when I'm watching a League Cup, I don't get nervous because it's only the League Cup. Because I was brought up on the FA Cup, on the Premier League, and the European Cup. That's why I was brought up. I was spoiled. That's me. That's me. I'm not saying any of you have to be like me. Pogba was part of the team that won the League Cup and won the Europa League. Mickey Mouses to me. That is way below the standards of the football club. Way below the standards. So I'm not going to try to big it up, but he was part of that team. The last successful team that won 2 trophies. So people, I had to do it. This is how I had to do it. I had to do it like this. Yes, manufacturing consent. Most of the media that way, unfortunately, manufacturing consent. If you want to know anything about the media, people, go and look it up. Noam Chomsky, and I forgot the other writer, Noam Chomsky, a linguist who's also a political operator and a philosopher, came up with this term, manufacturing consent, which means media manufactures your consent. The media washes into you to get your consent for the things that their agendas they want to run. That's what that means, people. But go and do the research yourself. Yes, I understand that. Different era. I still have the same expectation for our massive club. Yes, I understand that. Artificial intelligence. I understand that. But to me, Jesse Lingard made me happier because he won the FA Cup. Because the FA Cup means so much to me. The oldest cup competition, the greatest cup competition in the world for me. In the world. Because amateur teams have a chance to play. If you looked into how many teams play in the FA Cup from the lower leagues to the amateur leagues, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Amazing. So I've told the story, people. I've told the story. 6 things can be true at the same time. This ain't a black and white. It's far more complex. And there's too many people involved just to blame it all on Pogba or just to praise Pogba. Nah. Far more complicated than that. That's why I had to do the show tonight all by myself. And I'm sorry for repeating myself. But love and light to you. I owed you this video. I owed you this video, Therapy Army. Big up to every one of you. Every one of you. The only non-complex things in regarding Man United is what? Bankers out. Glazers out. Bankers out. Glazers out. And I will do a video about the new structure. I will do it. We'll do it, people. I will tell the whole story there as well. Story time, people. Analysis. Forensic science analysis. The timeline. The timeline. Therapy Army, get used to it. We're not going to just do superficial. Oh, I think that. No, we're going to do it properly. Glazers out, bankers out. And as far as this new football structure is concerned, you know who I am? I'm the owner, the founder, the CEO, the chairman, the captain, the sergeant of Wait and See FC. That's me. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. But there you go, people. All love. Big up to every one of you. I'm sorry I didn't even go too much into the comments. Big up. Big up to every one of you. Love, respect, and light. Yes, I need somebody who needs to help me do that, bro. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to upload this as a podcast onto Spotify. But yeah, I'll try to find out how to do it. Big up, man. Big up. Big up, man. If somebody can tell me how to do it, I'm gonna ask Saeed. I'll ask Saeed if he can get this on Spotify. But yeah, big up to all of you. I am not telling you how you're going to feel about Pogba or Lingard. I'm not going to tell you that. You have your own agendas. You have your own biases. We all have it. But for me, I'm not Player FC. I'm about the football club. I'm about the football club having a heart and a soul. That's what I'm about, people. But if we're going to tell the story, we're going to tell the whole story. We're going to tell the whole story. Please smash a like on the way out. It's been a pleasure to talk to you guys. I need to finish this cup of tea that's gone cold. And I've lost my voice. But I'm passionate, people. I can't tell it any other way. I'm passionate. the chief operator, owner of Giddy FC Watch. Giddy Watch FC. Yes, Logan. Big up Malcolm. Big up Joey. Big up Ray. Big up Gabba. Big up Joey B. Big up Artificial Intelligence. Big up Super Nick. Right? Big up Mohammed. Big up Toby. Big up Miles. Big up Splashnet. Big up Mr. Dan United. I'm good, brother. I'm good. But watch the video, bro. I broke it down, Mr. Dan. I broke it down. Whether you love Pogba or whether you hate Pogba, whether you think he was the virus, I broke it all down. Big up Super Nick, man. Big up Mr. Creator. Pogba was never supported. You build teams around world-class players. Toxic fan base wanted a team to build around Bruno. But it's all good, man. Mr. Creator, it's all good. It's all good at the end of the day. We wish them both, Pogba and both of them, academy graduates. I'm just going to remind you, we're going to wish them both well and the best of luck to them both in their future endeavors. But that's what it is. That's what it is, people. But big up everybody. Swift, big up, bro. Yeah, so it's a video of Stephen Bauer, who's a commentator for the Premier League TV. He basically Ryan Giggs was in the studio. They just watched the game. I don't know what game it was, but Man United just lost. Paul Pogba is in the back of a car. There's a video of Paul Pogba in the back of a car listening to the Quran, right? And because Stephen Bauer, even though he's a journalist commentator, he doesn't have an absolute clue. His prejudice takes over him. And what he does is he says, look at the way he's behaving to like Manchester United's highest signing, most expensive player. When the team's getting smashed on the pitch, look at how he's behaving. And then Ryan Giggs goes into, yeah, he's absolutely disgraceful. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Stephen Bauer. When I see you, I'm going to tell it to your face. Wait till I see you done. Trust me. Trust me. I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you. I will. And I'll tell it to your face. Trust me. But love and light, people. Respect. Big up. Big up. On your way out, smash a like. Take care, people. Take care. I will do a video on potential signings. It's not going to be 8 at all. It's not going to be 8. I will do that and about the new structure. But love and light, people. Take care. Love, light, and take care. Peace out. Glazers out. Bankers out. Always.